This is Scoot from the Cleveland Sports Fan Network, here to tell you about our new lineup for the rest of 2021 and beyond. We still have your favorites like Oshimida and the Fan on Mondays, our flagship show, the Cleveland Sports Fan, on Tuesdays. Wednesday has the Burley Gunner Show. Thursday is the Four Chubs, a roundtable show hosted by Burley Gunner. And on Friday, Pit Road News, a NASCAR, F1, and IndyCar talk show hosted by Scoot, the Cleveland sports fan himself. New episodes every day at 6 a.m. Eastern. Visit us at redcircle.com/Cleveland-sport-fan. Hey, this is Scott.
And Burke.
From the Davis and Davis Show, the podcast for everything Ohio. Two guys who met at the University of Akron and have a love for Northern Ohio.
We talk about everything from entertainment to motorsports to fine wine and spirits.
Do you want to get a little insight on Northern Ohio from the perspective of two middle-aged men? Well, as we say, grab a beer, a glass of wine, sit down, relax, and listen.
New shows every Thursday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern. Just go to www.redcircle.com/Davis and Davis.
Or find us on Apple Podcast, Prime Podcast, Google Podcast. Check out our Facebook page at Davis and Davis. We're not a real law firm.
And we just don't care.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service, real-time updates only in iOS mobile apps. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
Time is precious, and so are our pets. So time with our pets is extra precious. That's why we started Dutch. Dutch provides 24/7 access to licensed vets with unlimited virtual visits and follow-ups for up to 5 pets. You can message a vet at any time and schedule a video visit the same day. Our vets can even prescribe medication for many ailments, and shipping is always free. With Dutch, you'll get more time with your pets and year-round peace of mind when it comes to their vet care.
Welcome to the law firm of Davis and Davis. We're not a real law firm.
Go ahead, grab a beer, a glass of wine, sit back and listen.
Okay. Welcome back.
I have coffee.
You're starting to scare me with that non-alcoholic shit, man.
Burke and I are doing this show way too early.
It is early for you. I apologize. But it's a school night for me, maybe.
I do have my
Aha.
my brewmate and my 25 ouncer. I have not gotten into the heavy shit yet. Give it a few hours.
Now, I've not done a deep dive into any of these people. I just picked up people that meant something to me or I knew of or whatever. So.
Well, I saw your list, and apparently I did not explain how I was going to do this. On YouTube, there is a group called Legacy.com, and every week they put out a video talking about who has died. And I figured we would go through this video, and anyone that they missed, we would talk about that afterwards. But if you
fair enough.
see somebody that you have something to talk about, just start talking and I'll pause it.
Wave.
Let me turn my ringer off. Otherwise, this thing will go off every 5 seconds. I don't know. Bill collectors really want you to pay your bills for some
Bastards.
reason. I know. It's cold here.
It is, by Ohio standards, warm. It's 39 degrees.
Geez, I'm colder than you.
Yeah, but it's been raining all day, and this is going to turn to ice, which is then going to turn into snow.
Well, it is raining right now, which prompted me to use 7-Eleven delivery instead of driving out to go pick up the brouhahas. So yeah, it's like 36 right now, but if you have to go over a bridge, they already said that the bridges are starting to ice. Almost every school district has canceled school for Thursday and Friday here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Saturday we're supposed to finally warm back up above freezing. We'll see what gets damaged this time. Usually if you go more than a day with ice or below freezing, because of how close to the surface the water lines are, they tend to break real easily in cold weather if it drops down quickly. Now in the 30s or even in the 20s, usually we're okay, but once you get down into the teens and the single digits, it gets cold enough to freeze the pipes.
Gotcha.
That's when life sucks.
You want to turn on screen sharing for me if you would?
Oh, yes. Hang on. Multiple people can screen share. As a matter of fact, I'm going to stop screen sharing now. We'll get into that when we get into that segment. What you got going on here, Brother Burke?
Well, let's see.
Ow.
We are up here, and all this is kind of traveling. Here, let's do the... So it's just going to keep dumping on us. But as the night gets colder, all of that blue and purple is going to come down into our area.
Yeah.
So,
you should scroll over to my area.
I think this is the same storm, actually.
It is. It's just dipping. It's making a U. And I'm just right at the fucking bottom of the U. I don't see anything. Uh-oh. This happened last time. Last time Burke tried to do two things on his computer at once. Everything got fucked up. Oh, he's back. He's back now. I can't hear you at all, but you're back.
How about now?
Oh, there you are.
Apparently my computer does not have enough processing power and or RAM. I'm not sure which, because I got a bunch of shit in the background too. So let's get rid of you and you and you and you. Yeah, fuck it, we can get rid of you too. All right.
Let's see here. Let's see. Where am I going? Right over here. What were you using for that?
That was it was the Brave browser, but it was just
The weather.
Yeah, hold on, please. AccuWeather. They have a pretty decent radar for.
How's about that goes away? Where is my fucking radar? Oh, it's because it's on MSN. So right where this dot is where I am.
Mm-hmm.
which if you notice, it says that it's 37. Denton is a whopping 45 minutes from me. Decatur is about an hour. So about an hour away is the front coming through.
Lovely.
It looks exciting, doesn't it? Now, did you notice when I shared that my thing said your resources are low?
No, I missed that.
Oh, well, you see, it's not just you that's dealing with this issue. I have to build a new computer. That's all there is to it.
God damn. NOAA also shows like all the places that are under, oh good lord, watches and warnings, and that's ugly. Alrighty then. Anyway, enough about the weather. It sucks. Just
Fuck
like
the weather.
2021 sucked.
Yeah. What are you
Just like
what are you
2020
drinking?
Sucked. Back to Gentleman Jack and some hell brand is it? I don't know. Ginger ale.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie smoky. So yeah, we're all prepared here. I have
Ish.
well, I know I've got 120 gallons of water to drink. I have 5, 10, 15, 20. I have 20 gallons of water to flush toilets. So that's what, flushing my toilet maybe 15 times. I should be able to make it through the snowstorm for that. We'll see what happens, though. Yes, you said that 2021 sucked. It did.
Yeah.
We've decided. Well, I've decided. Well, I don't know who really decided.
No,
but
we all agreed.
figured we should do a little tribute to the people that croaked, the people that passed away. The look on Burke's faces as I say these are the people that expired.
They are ex people. What do you?
Come on, man. You gotta have a little bit of fun. I mean, this is gonna be depressing.
No, I know.
So on YouTube, so that the audience knows, they can actually go and follow along with us with this video. There is a channel called legacy.com. I do videos every week of the people that died in the United States this week. They also do, at the end of their videos, a listing of people that died on specific days in the past that are in that week. Which is actually kind of cool to sit there and watch and reminisce about the days past. Anyways.
I just sent you a weather picture that was forwarded to me. This storm is 2,200 miles long, which is why it was supposed to only be Wednesday and Thursday, but now it's Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, and possibly now Saturday for us.
Ooh, yeah.
Good times. Good fucking times. What is that? The fucking Mexico to Maine? Jesus Christ.
Well, the fact is that it goes beyond that. It is inside of Mexico, but they can only apparently Americans can only measure inside of their
well, it is the U.S.
border.
National Weather Service, so
that is true.
It's not the International Weather Service, so
all I know is that they said that we're going to get about 2 to 4 inches of snow, and there's going to be ice underneath it. So yay! I'm excited. The last time we had a big ice storm or a big ice event, I put the front driver's side strut of my Nissan Maxima through the hood of the car.
That's a story for another time, I'll bet.
No, it's not that big of a story. I actually went to go videotape a television show I was on, and driving up to Roanoke, 75 miles an hour, hit a bridge, was still covered in ice. and the ice was so thick that chunks of it, when they went and plowed over top of it, chunks of it would come out. So it was like driving over chuck holes at 75 miles an hour. Pushed that strut straight through the hood of my car. I was like, damn, that sucks.
That can't be good.
I made it. Well, you know, I got a new car out of it, so I guess there was some positive to it, but
We didn't go over the side of the bridge, so there's another positive.
But the sad fact is that I had to pay for that car.
Ow.
All right. On that note, Legacy.com's RIP 2021 Celebs Who Have Died Years Tribute and Review full version. Are you ready for this?
Oh, sure.
We've had to say goodbye to so many people
Can you hear that?
in 2021.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Steven Siegel with Legacy.com.
You could turn it down.
And I'm Linnea Crowther, Legacy's news editor. Join us now as we pay tribute to some of the most beloved public figures whose deaths made headlines in 2021.
So you might have to turn down
NFL
yours.
star Floyd Little was a halfback for the Denver Broncos for his entire professional career. He was a Pro Football Hall of Famer and a charter member of the Broncos Ring of Fame. He died January 1st of cancer at the age of 78.
Who the hell wants to remember a Bronco?
Actress
Tanya Roberts
played Midge Pinciotti, Donna's mom, on That 70s Show.
Yes.
She was also a Bond girl in A View to a Kill and one of Charlie's Angels in the show's final season. She died January 4th of sepsis from a urinary tract infection at the age of 65.
Jesus.
Can somebody explain to me how somebody is still dying of sepsis? I mean,
No, although the only thing I really know about that is, like, if you get it, it's fucking bad and it's really hard to get rid of. And if you're just one of those people that don't fucking go to doctors, it will kill you.
yeah, well, my mom's dealt with it. Cipro.
But she went to a doctor.
But she went, well, she's a hypochondriac. She goes to a doctor all the time.
So probably
Baseball star Tommy Lasorda had a brief career in the major leagues as a player and a coach before becoming the longtime manager of the LA Dodgers. He was a colorful legend of the sport who took the Dodgers to 2 World Series wins. He died January 7th of cardiac arrest at the age of 93.
Actor Darren Deezer Thompson was best known for his long-running role as Nurse Malik McGrath on ER. He also appeared in movies, including Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion
Tanya Roberts
and
is the only one that I really remember.
He died
so
January
far
7th of a heart attack.
I mean, Tommy
at the age of
Lasorda I knew, but
55.
Yeah.
Actor John Riley was frequently
was
seen
on,
on
like,
soap operas, long starring as Sean Donnelly on General Hospital.
Days of Our Lives.
He also appeared on
was in
As
Days
the
of
World
Our
Turns, Dallas, and Passions. He died January 9th of a heart attack at the age of 86.
Entertainer Siegfried Fischbacher
He was on
half
your
of the
list.
legendary Las Vegas magic duo Siegfried and Roy. They were known for their family-friendly magic act that featured white lions and tigers. He died January 13th of pancreatic cancer at the age of 81.
I can't remember which one got mauled, though.
The other one.
The other one, okay, Roy.
Roy. And Roy died 2 years ago? I mean, he just died. So they died within a couple of years of each other. Which I don't they'd been together for 50 some years.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah.
Singer Jimmy F. Rogers was an early rock and roll star who had a #1 hit in 1957 with Honeycomb.
Oh god, that's right.
His other hits included Kisses Sweeter Than Wine and It's Over.
I knew that song.
He died January 18th of kidney disease at the age of 87.
Oh,
Hank Aaron.
Baseball legend Hank Aaron spent 21 seasons with the Braves and set a home run record that stood for 33 years. He was a Hall of Famer who holds the
Even I
record for the
knew him.
most All-Star selections with 21.
He was incredible.
He died
I still
January
watch
22nd
film
of natural
him,
causes
and
at the age of
I'm in awe.
86.
Hal
Holbrook
Ugh.
was
I
renowned for
met
movie
him
roles
at the
in
University
All the
of
President's
Akron.
Men
He
and Into
came
the Wild,
into the
and he starred on
Mark
TV
Twain.
in Evening Shade.
Yeah.
Famously, he portrayed Mark Twain in his one-man show,
Here,
Mark
hang on.
Twain Tonight, for more than 60 years.
Pause.
Yeah, I said, hang on. I wanted to wait until there was a break in what they
Oh,
were
my bad.
saying.
Yeah, because I can't hear you very well when you're talking over it. So
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know that it kind of I can hear you fine when it's playing, but anyways, like I was saying, he came to the University of Akron and did a show at E.J. Thomas Hall.
Oh, nice.
And anyone that knows anything about E.J. Thomas Hall, they used to use students a lot as their overhire because
Slave
they're
labor. I mean, teaching.
Yeah, that's it. So as a matter of fact, that's where I met David Copperfield.
Nice. I loved him in was it Creep Show? Yeah, with Adrian Barbeau. Yeah.
Well, Hal Holbrook was also in my favorite John Grisham movie, The Firm.
Ooh, nice.
He played the the attorney that was in charge of everything. Anything else on Hal?
Nope, we're good.
Moving on.
Died January 23rd at the age of 95.
TV personality Larry King was the longtime host of the talk show Larry King Live on CNN.
Okay, I almost don't want to say anything here about Larry because Larry King was Larry King. But in the last few years of his life, I was like, dude, you just need to go lie down and die. You look like shit. And they brought him back. He retired, and they made him come back.
Oh,
I'm
God.
like, just let the guy die.
He conducted tens of thousands of interviews with notable people from
You paused.
All right. Are you still there?
I am.
Hold on a second because we just popped a breaker.
Oh gosh. Yeah, apparently that ain't gonna fucking work either. All right, well, we tried.
In the
Excuse me,
last
the wife
picture
is
show.
texting.
Her many movies and TV shows included Young Frankenstein and The Mary Tyler Moore Show. She died January 27th of a
Cloris
stroke at
Leachman.
the age of 94.
Who
You have to put. Yeah.
who
God, I loved her. Oh my God, I loved Cloris Leachman.
she was an incredible woman, and when she went on Dancing with the Stars, I about died laughing every night.
I didn't know she did that.
Well, she did that. She also did a Celebrity Big Brother, but I think she got booted off really early in that. She was also on I forget what sitcom she was on here and there. But yeah, there you go. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, about the technical difficulties. I actually had my space heater on, and it's plugged into the circuit that every computer and TV that we own in this house is on.
Uh-oh.
And Mama Sveti is in watching Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy. I don't know which one right now. And every time she turns on her TV, I keep forgetting to turn my heater down to low. If it's on high, after a while, she says, no more. All right, are we ready to move?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't talk about Cloris Leachman without talking about Mel Brooks and Young Frankenstein, because that was just one of my favorite all-time movies. And dear God, she was in History of the World, if I recall, also.
She was.
Yeah. All right. God rest her soul, man. She gave us a lot of laughs.
There you go.
All right.
Moving on to
Actress
Cecily Tyson.
Tyson was renowned for her performances in Sounder and the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. She was also memorable in Roots, The Help, and How to Get Away with Murder. She died January 28th
She was almost 100
at the age
years
of
old.
96.
Wow.
Musician Sophie was known for her electronic music, including the singles Lemonade and Bip. She was nominated for a Grammy Award for her album Oil of Every Pearl's on Insides. She died January 30th of an accidental fall at the age of 34.
Actor
Screech.
Dustin Diamond became a sitcom favorite when he played Screech on Saved by the Bell and its spin-offs. He was also a reality TV star on Celebrity Fit
why is
Club
it that
and
I
Celebrity
can
Big
hear
Brother.
you through my
He died February
earphones, but I
1st
can't
of small
hear
cell
the
lung
video.
carcinoma
I can
at
hear
the
the
age
video.
of 44.
Huh.
Astronaut Millie Hughes Fulford was the first woman to travel to space as a payload specialist, the scientists who work on NASA missions. She conducted experiments on board Space Shuttle Columbia in 1991. She died February 2nd of lymphoma at the age of 75.
Oh,
Actor Christopher Plummer starred in The Sound of Music as Captain Georg von Trapp. He won an Oscar for Beginners, and his other films include A Beautiful Mind and Knives Out. He died
Knives
February
Out was a
5th
great
after
film.
a fall
Holy cow.
at the age of 91.
Knives Out is one of my favorite movies ever, and I don't know if it's the fact that I'm just like a Crockett fan.
All-star cast, a great bit of writing, great acting, and the direction was spot on. And you could pick out what was going to, if you knew where to look, you know, in the little tiny left-hand corner of the screen or up at the, like a lot of the shit was laid out for you if you just were looking hard enough for it. It's a great film.
Now, I loved Christopher Plummer when he played a bad guy. He was extremely good at having these facial expressions where you looked at him and you didn't know what he was thinking, but you knew it was bad.
Oh shit! Didn't he play a fucking Klingon in one of the Star Trek movies, Undiscovered Country?
Yes,
where he was spouting Shakespeare all the time. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was yeah.
Loved him to death.
Yeah.
All right.
Boxer Leon Spinks was best known for
shit,
winning
I
the
did not know
heavyweight
that.
championship when he beat Muhammad Ali in 1978. He was an Olympic gold medalist as well as a professional wrestler. He died February 5th of cancer at the age of 67.
Yeah, you will notice as we go through this that there's a lot of people that died last year.
Man. Hey,
That we knew that I didn't know died.
oh yeah.
Are you ready for a brouhaha break?
Yeah, I need a refill. So pause
All right.
this for just a moment. We'll be right back, folks.
We're gonna take a little break, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize for the 20-minute break because my heater shut everything off.
Well, this is a rather impromptu because usually we only film, do this once a week, but technical difficulties yesterday forced us to break this into 2 nights. So there you go. Anyway, back in a second.
Bye-bye. All right.
And we're back.
We're back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
I know you were scared and huddled in the corner and
Blah, blah,
Have no
blah,
fear.
blah. Leon Spinks did not know he died.
I did not either.
Singer Mary Wilson was one of the legendary Supremes, whose timeless hits included Where Did Our Love Go and Baby Love. She also had a solo career and wrote the best-selling memoir Dream Girl, My Life as a Supreme. She died February 8th of heart disease at the age of 76.
Keyboardist Chick Corea was a pioneer of jazz fusion music, beginning when he played with Miles Davis's band in the 1960s. He also worked with jazz greats including Stan Getz and Herbie Hancock.
Oh, wow.
He died February 9th of cancer at the age of 79.
Musician Johnny Pacheco helped create and popularize salsa music as the founder of Fania Records. He was also a band leader who helped make the pachanga one of the hottest dance crazes of the 1960s. He died February 15th of pneumonia at the age of 85.
I want a pachanga.
Fashion designer Jessica McClintock created romantic prom and wedding dresses for her fashion line, Gunny Sacks. Hillary Clinton wore a Jessica McClintock dress at her wedding. McClintock died February 16th of natural causes at the age of 90.
Singer and songwriter Carmen was known for his contemporary Christian music. He had hits such as The Champion and Radically Saved. He died February 16th of complications of surgery at the age of 65.
Didn't he also play or have some hits in like the 70s that were mainstream?
Not to come to my mind. I honestly had never heard his name before now, so
Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. All right.
Radio personality Rush Limbaugh was a leading voice of conservative Americans as the longtime host of The Rush Limbaugh Show. For years, he was the top-rated talk radio host in the United States. He died February 17th of lung cancer at the age of 70.
Like him or hate him, don't care which, the man changed the way talk radio worked. He impacted talk radio a hell of a lot more than anyone else out there. Don Imus, I would say that there's probably 5 pioneers of talk radio, and that would probably entail Don Imus, Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck, Howard Stern, and Russ Martin. And so everyone knows that I've always loved radio. Radio was always my favorite entertainment. Why? Because somebody that was ugly like me could get behind this and just talk. And it worked. But like I said, there were probably 5 people in this business that really changed talk radio, and he was one of them. So,
rapper and songwriter Prince Marky D was a member of the pioneering rap group The Fat Boys.
oh, that I
Their
did
hits
not.
included Wipeout, and they starred in the movie Disorderlies. He died February 18th of congestive heart failure at the age of 52.
Golfer
I did not know that he was part of the Fat Boys.
I mean, I didn't know that he passed away either, because they were kind of like Will Smith, just kind of wholesome fun, you know.
They were a blast, man, and that's why 3/4 of their music was always used on comedies. I mean, you saw in the clip that they had who were they sitting there rapping with?
Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman.
Bill Wright was the first black player to win a USGA event in
Oh,
1959.
that's right.
He won an amateur championship at a time when professional golf was still segregated. He died February 19th at the age of 84.
Singer and songwriter Bunny Wailer was a founding member of the Wailers along with Bob Marley and Peter Tosh.
Oh, no shit.
He was a pioneer of reggae music who won 3 Grammy Awards for his later solo work. He died March 2nd of complications of a stroke at the age of 73.
Journalist Roger Mudd was an anchor for CBS News and NBC News. He hosted Meet the Press and did memorable interviews with notable people. He died March 9th of complications of kidney failure at the age of 93.
Evangelist Luis Palau was known as the Billy Graham of Latin America as he ministered to the Spanish-speaking audience. He hosted popular festivals, bringing together ministry and music. He died March 11th of lung cancer at the age of 86.
Boxer Marvelous Marvin Hagler was the longtime middleweight champion in the 1980s. He is often ranked among the all-time greatest middleweights. He died March 13th of natural causes at the age of 66.
Okay, the Hagler, oh, come on, what was his name? Sugar Ray Leonard fights.
Okay.
Because I think they fought twice, 2 or 3 times. Were always some of the best fights that you ever saw. Well, Sugar Ray Leonard was a
he was
piece of work himself.
He was fun to watch. Yeah.
Marvelous Marvin Hagler. He was a tough cookie, but he was funny on the microphone. I liked it. Moving on.
Actor Yaphet Kotto starred in Homicide: Life on the Street as Lieutenant Al Giardello. He was also known for such movies as Alien, Midnight Run, and Live and Let Die. He died.
All right, before we go any further, I've got to say this because they didn't mention it. He was also the police officer in charge in the movie The Park Is Mine, starring Tommy Lee Jones.
Ah, okay.
This was one of the first HBO movies ever created.
Oh.
And the special effects in it really suck. You and I have talked about this show before. We need to do a deep dive into the show because you'll just sit there and go, what? Yeah. He was, what was he in? He was in the 007 when they go to Louisiana, wasn't he?
Yeah, and then Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yep. And
where they're dealing with dark magic.
Yeah. Domino was the girl, which was Jane Seymour. It's where James Bond jumps over the 5 or 6 crocodiles, which was an actual fucking stunt. Those were not props. Those were real fucking gators.
I know. It was.
Oh my god.
It was. Now I'm gonna. Oh, don't even get me started. That's a whole series.
I know, right? Yeah, James Bond, on and on and on. Okay.
I have all of them digitized.
Oh.
March 15th at the age of 81.
Racing driver Sabine Schmitz.
Okay, Sabine and I used to talk on Facebook and Twitter all the time. Wow. I loved this woman. She was what they used to call her the queen of the Nürburgring.
Oh, her. Oh, God, yeah. Didn't she do a bit for, was it the Grand Tour or the show before that where
Top Gear?
She took a fucking van.
A van.
Yes, around the Nürburgring and still beat one of the guys in a supercar.
Actually passed a Porsche on the Nürburgring in a van.
Not just like not like a minivan or nothing. There was like a fucking transit van, like tall, ungainly, skinny ass tires. Oh my god, yeah.
She's fucking the only
amazing.
Reason I knew her or got to meet her, got to talk to her was through my my guys that I worked with in ARCA, in the ARCA racing circuit. And one of my friends there, he was like, "Oh, I know her. Here, I'll send her a message." So she ended up messaging me, and we started talking. We talked all the time. I had no idea that she was sick. She was a year younger than me.
Yeah.
Anyways, we shall...
The first and only woman to win the famed 24 Hours Nürburgring race. She was also a star of the BBC automotive show Top Gear. She died March 16th of cancer at the age of 51.
Basketball player Elgin Baylor was an 11-time NBA All-Star during his 14 seasons with the Minneapolis and Los Angeles Lakers. He was a Basketball Hall of Famer, and his number 22 was retired by the Lakers. He died March 22nd of natural causes at the age of 86.
Actor George Segal starred in TV shows including Just Shoot Me and The Goldbergs. He was also known for movies such as Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf and Look Who's Talking. He died March 23rd of complications of bypass surgery at the age of 87.
So, I don't know if you're a fan of the
George?
Goldbergs. Of the Goldbergs.
I've never watched that show. I've heard wonderful things about it.
You should watch it from the beginning. And here's the thing. It is written by a person that comes from our era, the 80s. And it's just so... everything in it I can relate to. As far as George Segal goes, this is a guy who was television. He was theater. He did Broadway.
Did it all, yeah.
He was an incredible actor. He could do. I mean, he did Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, which is one of the most serious shows that you're going to do, but yet does something like the Goldbergs. He was incredible. He is someone that I think the world will miss for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Actress Jessica Walter was best known for playing Lucille Bluth on Arrested Development. She also had memorable roles on TV in Archer and in movies including Play Misty for Me. She died March 24th at the age of 80.
God, I'm going to miss her.
Jessica had she had a way to be funny, and she had a way to be mean.
Her as Mallory Archer on Archer is just phenomenally funny. Remember that episode of Big Bang Theory she was on, where she was like one of the rich old ladies that seduced? That was fucking hilarious.
All right.
And I've never seen much Arrested Development, so I've never actually seen her acting, but I heard it was much like Mallory was.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Author Beverly Cleary was beloved by generations of children for her book series about Ramona Quimby and Henry Huggins. She won a National Book Award and a Newbery Medal for her popular children's books. She died March 25th at the age of 104.
Jesus!
Author Larry McMurtry won a Pulitzer Prize for his novel Lonesome Dove. It was one of several of his books that were adapted for the screen, including Terms of Endearment and The Last Picture Show. He died March 25th of congestive heart failure at the age of 84.
Actress Gloria Henry was best known for her starring role on TV's Dennis the Menace, playing Dennis's mother.
Oh, God, that's right.
She also appeared on TV shows including Dallas and Parks and Recreation. She died April 3rd at the age of 98.
Actor John Paragon played Jambi the Genie on Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Jambi?
Known for his catchphrase,
Yeah.
Mecca Lecca Hi, Mecca Hiney Ho.
Mecca Lecca
He
Hi.
was also a member of the famed improv group, The Groundlings. He died April 3rd of heart disease at the age of 66.
Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, was the longtime husband of Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom. He was the oldest male royal in British history. He died April 9th of natural causes at the age of 99.
Rapper DMX recorded some of the most popular songs of the 1990s and 2000s, including his hit single, Party Up, Up in Here. He was the first musician to debut an album at #1 on the Billboard charts 5 times in a row.
Wow.
He died April 9th of cardiac arrest at the age of 50.
50 years old.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
You can tell exactly where that fucking storm is at.
That's
Yeah. I guess Toledo's getting fucking hammered and the plows cannot keep up at this point.
and that's where your daughter's at.
Yeah, she's smart enough to stay indoors, though.
Actress Helen McCrory starred in the BBC TV series Peaky Blinders. She also portrayed Narcissa Malfoy in the Harry Potter film series. She died April 16th of cancer at the age of 52.
Are you a
Politician Walter Mondale was the vice president of...
Are you or were you a big fan of Harry Potter?
Anybody who knows me knows the answer to that. I do have a house that I live in. That is my house. I am not a Slytherin, contrary to beliefs. People think I'm like a snake, but I'm not.
I think I got into Ravenclaw, if I'm not mistaken. So,
here's the thing about Harry Potter and myself. That was the first book series, besides John Grisham's books, that enticed me to read it.
Dune was my first group of books that enticed me to actually seek them out and read more.
I mean, anything that's Tolkien, I will read. Anything
Similarian, really?
Well,
that'll put you to sleep. God damn.
That's half, but that's his son. His son finished that, and it's the dumbest frickin' ending to a book. Anyways, we're up to Walter
Mondale. God, I did not know he passed away.
He died April 19th of natural causes.
Ooh, look at that picture of him down in the lower section. He looks bad.
At the age of 93.
Oh, apparently we're not going to look at it.
Shock G led the hip-hop group Digital Underground, who had a hit in 1990 with The Humpty Dance. He was also a producer who helped launch Tupac Shakur's career. He died April 22nd of an accidental drug overdose at the age of 57.
I wish they hadn't put drug overdoses
Astronaut
in this.
Michael Collins was the lunar module pilot on the Apollo 11 mission that landed the first humans on the moon. He was one of the first people ever to perform a spacewalk. He died April 28th of cancer at the age of 90.
Actor Johnny Crawford became a star when he was just 12 years old, playing Mark McCain on The Rifleman.
Oh, wow.
He was one of the original Mouseketeers and had a singing career with hits including Cindy's Birthday. He died April 29th of Alzheimer's disease at the age of 75.
Wow.
Actress Olympia Dukakis won an Oscar for her performance in Moonstruck. She is also remembered for her roles in Steel Magnolias, Look Who's Talking, and Tales of the City. She died May 1st at the age of 89.
Racing driver Bobby Unser was known for his victories at the Indianapolis 500 and the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. He died May 2nd of natural causes at the age of 87. His son, Bobby Unser Jr., also a racing driver, died less than 2 months later, on June 13th, of complications of surgery at the age of 65.
Wow.
Both of these gentlemen have huge impacts on the world of motorsports.
Oh God, yeah.
Both of them raced in the Daytona 500. Now, Al Unser Jr. stayed in IndyCar a lot longer than
Spit it out.
Yeah. The older Unser went on to do many different things, but mainly became one of the heads in the garage for the Indy teams. So he did keep doing stuff in Indy, but he was more interested in the hill climbs and the stuff with weird cars. But anyways,
Singer and songwriter Lloyd Price was an R&B pioneer whose most memorable songs included Personality and Lawdy Miss Claudie. Price was one of the musicians who laid the groundwork for rock and roll. He died May 3rd of complications of diabetes at the age of 88.
Singer Purvis Staples was one of the co-founders of the great gospel group the Staple Singers, along with his father and sisters. He sang lead vocals on their classic version of A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall. He died May 6th at the age of 85.
Actress Tawny Katane starred in
Started in the one video that everyone saw on the hoods of the car.
White Snake.
Yeah.
Who?
I mean, if you got to be known for something, that's not horrible to be known for.
I cannot remember the name of his of the guy that Coverdale. No. Was it David Coverdale?
I don't know.
Off the top of my head, I cannot remember the lead singer of Whitesnake, but he was the same singer for Deep Purple. Anyways, she was incredibly awesome in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever see her on television as she got older?
No.
She did a couple of shows, and I can't remember if it was like Tim the Toolman Taylor. I can't remember what show it was. It was a sitcom that she went on and did a couple of cameos in, and she was a big woman by the end of her life.
Shit. Where the hell is Williams
heavy
County?
metal music.
I don't know.
Williams County, Ohio has declared a level 3 snow emergency. All roads are closed.
Videos of the MTV era, including Whitesnake's Here I Go Again. She was also in the movies Bachelor Party and Witchboard. She died May 7th of heart disease at the age of 59.
Young, good lord.
Actor Norman Lloyd starred as Dr. Daniel Auslander on Saint Elsewhere. His long career also included such movies as Spellbound, Dead Poets Society, and Trainwreck. He died May 11th of natural causes at the age of 106.
Wow!
Actor Charles Grodin's deadpan delivery was a highlight of movies like Midnight Run and Beethoven.
Fish Called Wanda.
He won an American Comedy Award for his supporting
in?
performance in Days.
What was he in that?
He died May 8th.
Gonna make me bring this up.
Yeah.
A Fish Called Wanda.
Williams County is just to the west of Toledo. Oh, good. God, I don't. I love that movie. It's a bit slow by today's standards, but it's...
Hey, this is Scott
And Burke.
from the Davis and Davis Show, the podcast for everything Ohio. Two guys who met at the University of Akron and have a love for Northern Ohio.
We talk about everything from entertainment to motorsports to fine wine and spirits.
Do you want to get a little insight on Northern Ohio from the perspective of two middle-aged men? Well, as we say, grab a beer, a glass of wine, sit down, relax, and listen.
New shows every Thursday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern. Just go to www.redcircle.com/Davis and Davis.
Or find us on Apple Podcast, Prime Podcast, Google Podcast. Check out our Facebook page at Davis and Davis. We're not a real law firm.
And we just don't care. Just got some great...
Oh, it was Kevin Kline in that, not Josh. All right, that's my bad.
That's all right. I was mistaking Gene Wilder and Gene, so yeah. Heaven Can Wait. Oh God, I forgot he was in that. Good Lord, King Kong.
God, he was in a bunch of stuff. Well,
oh yeah.
I always remember him being kind of deadpan in almost every movie that he was in.
Woman in Red. Ishtar. Yeah, everybody watched Ishtar, right? Oh, that's right. He was in Dave. That's the one I like.
That's where he. Okay, yes.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's the whole Kevin Kline thing.
Of bone marrow cancer at the age of 86.
Actor and comedian Paul Mooney was widely known for his appearances on Chappelle's Show and in the movie Bamboozled. He was also a comedy writer for Richard Pryor and for the TV show In Living Color. He died May 19th of a heart attack at the age of 79.
There's a man who gave
Author
zero fucks.
Eric Carle wrote and illustrated classic children's books. He delighted children with his colorful collages in books including The Very Hungry Caterpillar and Brown Bear, What Do You See? He died May 23rd of kidney failure at the age of 91.
Actor Gavin MacLeod starred as Captain Stubing on the 70s TV classic The Love Boat. He was also known for roles on The Mary Tyler Moore Show and McHale's Navy. He died May 29th at the age of 90.
I love McHale's Navy. Oh my gosh.
Okay. McHale's Navy was kind of one of my favorites growing up. I probably should have had it in my top 10 list when we did
definitely, or at least a runner-up. Yeah.
But honestly, I think he was better on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Oh God, he was scathingly funny on that show. He was great.
Yeah, I mean, I was a fan of his on Love Boat, but his character on Love Boat was
kind fatherly figure. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Well, he was basically the father figure of everyone on the boat.
Yeah.
Including the staff. If they had a fight or something, he was basically the mediator, or he would end it. But his role on Mary Tyler Moore
was the instigator most of the time.
Almost every time he was the instigator. I mean, he would forget stuff. He wouldn't put film in the camera. Do you remember all this stuff?
Oh, God. That's good shit, man.
He was awesome. All right.
Singer B.J. Thomas was best known for his hit song, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head.
Oh, God, that's right.
His other popular songs include Hooked on a Feeling and Hey, Won't You Play Another Somebody Done Somebody Wrong song.
Damn, I did not know he wrote all those.
He died May 29th of lung cancer at the age of 78.
Actress Arlene Golonka played Millie on The Andy Griffith Show and Mayberry RFD. She was also on such TV shows as MASH and The King of Queens.
I remember on MASH.
She died May 31st of complications of Alzheimer's disease at the age of 85.
Rapper Lil Loaded was best known for his 2019 song Block Baby, which achieved viral fame on YouTube. He had another internet hit with Gang Unit. He died May 31st at the age of 20.
Jeez.
Attorney F. Lee Bailey represented
shit.
high-profile defendants, including Patty Hearst and...
All right. That really just sucks that I hate this one. I hate this one. Touch the wrong goddamn place. Where am I supposed to be?
Stop. Oh, back up. Stop. You can go there.
Attorney...
Wasn't he on that OJ team?
Possibly. They may mention that here in 2 seconds. I'm not 100%
F. Lee
sure.
Bailey represented high-profile defendants, including Patty Hearst and Sam Shepard. And he was part of the so-called dream team of lawyers in the infamous O.J. Simpson trial.
That's some brain cells there, pal.
If it don't fit, you must acquit.
Quit.
He died June 3rd at the age of 87.
Actor Clarence
Aw.
Williams III starred as Link Hayes in the TV show The Mod Squad. He was also in movies including Purple Rain and Tales from the Hood. He died June 4th of colon cancer at the age of 81.
I forgot that was Prince's dad. Yeah.
He played Prince's dad, but he was in a bunch of movies. I would always get him confused with, was it Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah. They do have a passing resemblance.
But yeah, great actor. I don't know who this is coming up, but that I paused it at just the right time. She's got a big enough gap in between her front two teeth to where she
Now
matches
stop
the
it.
guy
Jeez,
before.
Hey.
Actress Carla Burns was the first black actor to win the prestigious Laurence Olivier Award for her performance on stage in Showboat. She also starred in the one-woman show Hi Hat Hattie about actress Hattie McDaniel. She died June 4th after a series of strokes at the age of 66.
Oof.
So she was in Showboat, and it's one of my favorite shows. Have you ever seen it?
If I have, it's been many, many years ago, and I don't recall.
It's a great show. Anyways, moving on.
Actor Ray McDonnell played Dr. Joe Martin on All My Children for 40 years.
Jesus.
He won a Daytime Emmy Award for Lifetime Achievement. He died June 10th of natural causes at the age of 93.
Yeah.
Actor John Gabriel starred as Dr. Seneca Bolak on Ryan's Hope for more than 10 years. He also had notable roles on Kate and Allie and Days of Our Lives. He died June 11th of complications of Alzheimer's disease at the age of 90.
Actor Ned
Aw.
Beatty is
Ned.
a familiar Hollywood face in countless movies, including Deliverance, Superman, and Toy Story 3. He was nominated for an Oscar for his performance in Network. He died June 13th of natural causes at the age of 83.
I love Ned Beatty.
It was the roles where he played stupid parts that I loved.
He played bumbling fool really, really well, and it was
really
he was
did.
cute. It was just cute about it.
I mean, I totally
Bought into it.
I could have cast him as Buford T. Justice.
Yeah, that I could kind of see it. It wouldn't have been as harsh a role, but yeah, I could kind of see that.
Or the mayor on Dukes of Hazzard.
He would have been great as the governor in Best Little Whorehouse.
Now he plays. I find it just popped into my head. I am so glad that I held on to this. He plays the best character in one of my very favorite movies,
The Firm.
No, he plays Clyde Torkel.
Okay. I don't recognize the name. What's that from?
It is from the NASCAR movie that Burt Reynolds stars in. He is the owner. Clyde Turkle owns the chicken company that sponsors Burt Reynolds. And he makes Burt Reynolds, like one race, he made Burt Reynolds race in a chicken outfit.
Oh, God.
Burt tried to get out of his contract, and so Clyde Turkle decided that he would paint the car. What was it? Was it pink? I think he painted it as a pink naked chicken. Oh, what was the name of that movie? Burt Reynolds.
He was in Hawaii Five-0. Well, and Silver Streak, too. He actually played a smart character playing a dumb character.
His works.
Yeah, we're going down through here. Oh, God, he was in 1941. I forgot about that. Superman.
God, he was in so many films.
Oh, my God, yeah. What was it, 150? Stroker Ace?
Hoop! It was Stroker Ace. Did you ever see that movie?
I have not seen that movie, no.
Lonnie Anderson's in it with him. But, it's just a brilliant... His crew chief is Jim Neighbors.
Jesus Christ.
It's one of the best films you will ever see. Ned Beatty plays this owner of the chicken. What the hell was the name of the chicken brand? It doesn't say. Anyways, if you ever watch on YouTube Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s podcast, you will see I can't remember if it's the hood or if it's a sign for Turkle's Chicken, whatever it was called. It was hilarious. Ned Beatty was he was ruthless through the whole movie. You had to love him.
I forgot he was in Back to School, too.
Yes.
Anyway, let's keep going.
Trying to get there, buddy.
Hit the wrong button again, did you? What time is it in
Actor
Berlin?
Frank Bonner became a sitcom star when he played sales manager Herb Tarlack on WKRP in Cincinnati. He was also in shows like Saved by the Bell, The New Class, and Just the 10 of Us. He died June 16th of complications of Lewy body dementia at the age of 79.
Rapper Gift of Gab was one half of the hip-hop duo Blackalicious, whose songs include Make You Feel That Way. He is remembered for his rapid, intricate lyrical style. He died June 18th of natural causes at the age of 50.
Actress Joanne Linville was best known for playing a Romulan commander in the original Star Trek TV series.
Oh, shit, that's right.
She also made memorable appearances on shows including The Twilight Zone and Columbo. She died June 20th at the age of 93.
Racing driver Jack Ingram was NASCAR's Iron Man, who won championships in the 1980s. He was a member of the NASCAR Hall of Fame. He died June 25th at the age of 84.
Politician Donald Rumsfeld was the U.S.
Oh, wow.
Secretary of Defense under Presidents Gerald Ford and George W. Bush. He oversaw the Iraq and Afghanistan War in the early 2000s.
The only thing that I remember about Donald Rumsfeld is the fact that he was always bitchy with all of the media that were interviewing him. He just never seemed to be happy, but that could be the fact that 9/11 happened during his time. So
Yeah, that's gonna put anybody on edge.
Died June 29th of multiple myeloma at the age of 88.
Actor Stuart Damon played Dr. Alan Quartermain on General Hospital for
Oh,
more than 30
shit.
years. He was also known for playing
Oh,
the
my
prince
God.
in the 1965 version of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. He died
No
June
shit.
29th of kidney failure at the age of 84.
wow, Alan
Oh, my
Quartermain
God.
died.
Even I watched that goddamn show. I know that name. Holy cow.
Wow. He was the patriarch of the family.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Wow.
Filmmaker Richard Donner
Oh.
directed blockbuster movies such as Superman, The Goonies, and the Lethal Weapon series. His other movies included The Omen and Scrooged. He died July 5th of heart failure at the age of 91.
Okay, so out of that whole list,
Yeah, like my favorite film was not listed there, was it?
no, my favorite film out of the list that they listed was Scrooged, which
Yeah.
I don't know why you wouldn't name off any of the others. He had a lot of blockbusters.
Omen, Superman, Goonies, Lethal Weapon. Yeah. I love Scrooge.
Actress
Oh my
and
God.
singer Rafaela Carrà starred opposite Frank Sinatra in Von Ryan's Express. She was also a pop star and a TV host in Italy. She died July 5th after an illness at the age of 78.
Actor William Smith starred on TV in Laredo, Rich Man, Poor Man, and Hawaii Five-0. His movies included Any Which Way You Can and Conan the Barbarian. He
That's
died
where I've
July
seen him.
5th at the age of 88.
Actress Suzanne Douglas starred as Jerry Peterson on the sitcom The Parenthood. She was also known for roles in How Stella Got Her Groove Back, Whitney, and When They See Us. She died July 6th of pancreatic cancer at the age of 64.
Actor Charlie Robinson was one of the stars of the sitcom Night Court, playing Mac the court clerk. He also appeared in sitcoms including Heart of Dixie and Home Improvement. He died July 11th of cardiac arrest at the age of 75.
Pro wrestler Paul Orndorff was better known as Mr. Wonderful as he wrestled for WWE and WCW. He was a WWE Hall of Famer whose feuds with Hulk Hogan were a highlight of 80s wrestling.
Wow.
He died July 12th of dementia at the age of 71.
Rapper
Biz
Biz
Markie.
Markie's song Just a Friend was one of the big hits of the 1980s. He was also an actor, appearing in Men in Black 2, and he had a regular beatboxing segment on the kids show Yo Gabba Gabba. He died July
Wow.
16th
Yo
at the
Gabba
age
Gabba.
of 57.
Musician Robbie Steinhardt played violin and sang co-lead vocals in the classic rock band Kansas.
Oh, no shit.
His work was showcased on songs including Dust in the Wind and Carry On Wayward
Oh,
Son.
God.
He died July 17th of complications of acute pancreatitis at the age of 71.
Oh, horrible disease.
Comedian Jackie Mason
Jackie
was
Mason.
a popular stand-up comic of the
Funny guy.
1960s,
Holy crap.
appearing on Ed Sullivan, The Tonight Show, and on Broadway. He voiced Krusty the Clown's father on The Simpsons, and was in the movies History of the World Part 1 and The Jerk. He died July 24th at the age of 93.
Well, that's right. He owned the gas station. Shit, I totally forgot about that.
He also had a run in Las Vegas with his stand-up show.
Nice.
He was a
Funny guy.
great comedian. Hey, we're about halfway through this, so we're going to take a little break here. I have to run to the restroom. You need to reload. I need to reload.
Yep. We shall do so and be back soon.
Yeah, we'll be right back, folks.
And we're back.
Musician Joey Jordison was the drummer and co-founder of the metal band Slipknot. He was called one of the best rock drummers of the past 25 years. He died July 26th in his sleep at the age of 46.
Actor Saginaw Grant was known for roles in such movies as The Lone Ranger and The World's Fastest Indian. He was also on TV in Breaking Bad, American Horror Story, and Community. He died July 27th of natural causes at the age of 85.
Musician Dusty Hill played bass for ZZ Top for more than 50 years on hits including Sharp Dressed Man and Legs. He sang lead vocals on their classic song Tush. He died July 28th in his sleep at the age of 72.
That's a sad one.
Musician Johnny Ventura was a superstar of merengue music who revitalized the genre with his energetic performances. He was also the mayor of Santo Domingo, the capital of the Dominican Republic.
Shit.
He died July 28th of a heart attack at the age of 81.
Businessman Ron Popeil
Ron
was the founder of
Popeil.
Ronco, the company that marketed his inventions like the inside-the-shell egg scrambler. He was also the company's pitchman and became known for his infomercials. He
Mr.
died-
Microphone.
Not just Mr. Microphone, but I mean,
Pocket Fisherman, and probably like the first what do you call the convection ovens they have out today? The air fryers.
the rotisserie.
Yeah,
he had
rotisserie.
that rotisserie oven thing.
Just set it and forget it.
But
Oh,
back
God, yeah.
in the 70s, you could order through Ronco compilation albums that he would make.
Really?
Old vinyl compilation albums of that they were stupid things like Christmas carols or stuff like that. I actually still have one. And the thing is that they played the Ronco the theme. Ronco used to have a theme song, if people didn't know this. Like at the end of all of their commercials, it would be like, at Ronco, something like that. I can't remember it exactly.
Move your mouse off the screen if you would, please.
What, you don't like it there?
I keep moving my mouse to get rid of it, and it doesn't fucking work. It's kind of like when you're
July
riding
27th
passenger with
of a brain
somebody and your
hemorrhage
brake
at the
doesn't
age
work
of
on the right
86.
side of the car. Yeah.
Track and field champion Angela Bailey won a silver medal for the 4x100 meter relay at the 1984 Olympics. She also set a Canadian women's record in the 100-meter dash. She died July 31st of cancer at the age of 59. Actress Jean Hale was known for movies including In Like Flint and the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. She made a memorable guest appearance on Batman as Polly, the Mad Hatter's sidekick. She died August 3rd of natural causes at the age of 82.
Actress
Marky
Marky
Post.
Post starred as public defender Christine Sullivan on the TV sitcom Night Court. She was also a star of The Fall Guy and Hearts Afire. She died August 7th of cancer at the age of 70.
That 2 or 3 from that show that died this year.
That
2
that
for
was
sure.
2. Didn't Roz die this year as well?
Yeah, this year or last year, I cannot remember.
I can't remember. Well, I'm sure that she'll be on here if she died last year.
Yeah.
But while I remember her from Night Court and while I fell in love with her on Night Court, I also remember her from The Fall Guy. This woman had the best mullet that anyone could ever have. I was in love with her.
Actress Jane Withers got her start as a child star in movies including Bright Eyes, Ginger, and The Holy Terror. Later in life, she was well known for playing Josephine the Plumber in commercials for Comet Cleanser. She died August 7th at the age of 95.
Football coach Bobby Bowden was the longtime head coach of the Florida State University Seminoles. He built a powerful team and became the second winningest college coach of all time. He died August 8th after fighting pancreatic cancer at the age of 91.
Hockey player Tony Esposito was a Hall of Fame goalie for the Chicago Blackhawks. He was a team favorite whom fans affectionately called Tony O. He died August 10th of pancreatic cancer at the age of 78.
Singer and songwriter Nancy Griffith wrote and performed folk and country songs, including Love at the Five and Dime and Outbound Plain. She won a Grammy Award for her album Other Voices, Other Rooms. She died August 13th at the age of 68.
Actor Sonny Chiba was best known in the United States for his roles in the Kill Bill series and The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. He was a popular martial arts actor in Japan, and he founded the Japan Action Club to train up-and-coming stuntmen and martial artists. He died August 19th of COVID-19 at the age of 82.
You got to pause this one.
Singer and songwriter Tom T. Hall was
Sonny Chiba, huge guy in martial arts movies in the 70s and early 80s. And of course, we knew him best as Hattori Hanzo, but man, and he was behind the scenes and just all sorts of stuff. And that was such a loss.
All right, nobody else from Night Court died this year.
Yeah, I was checking too. I didn't see anybody. A lot of the Rosin and them all died in the 80s, I believe. So
we're up to Tom T. Hall, who used to play every so often at the Arlington Music Hall.
Oh, cool.
Country music storyteller, known for compositions including Harper Valley PTA, a hit for Jeannie P. Riley. He had his own hit with the song I Love. He died August 20th at the age of 85.
Musician Don Everly was one half of the influential early rock and roll duo, the Everly Brothers.
Oh, shit.
They harmonized beautifully on classic songs, including Wake Up Little Susie, All I Have to Do Is Dream, and Bye Bye Love. He died August 21st at the age of 84.
Didn't they also do Unchained Melodies?
No, I think you're thinking of the Isley Brothers.
Oh, you see, it's another set of brothers. Okay.
Humorist Jeannie Robertson was beloved for her family-friendly laughs, featured on YouTube and SiriusXM. Fans enjoyed her stories about her husband, whom she called Left Brain. She died August 21st at the age of 77.
Actor Michael Nader starred as Dex Dexter on Dynasty and Dimitri Merrick on All My Children. He also had TV roles on As the World Turns and Gidget. He died August 23rd of cancer at the age of 76.
Fuck, I actually remember that show.
Yeah, he, when we did our top 10 list, I did name Dynasty as one of my favorites.
Yes, you did.
He was the incredibly pussyful man that you found on Dynasty, who just really kind of walked behind his girlfriend the whole time and basically was her lapdog, did everything that he was told to do. But then on All My Children, He followed what's her name, the lady who had the longest running role on soap opera or something like that.
And then never won a daytime Emmy, and they gave her an honorary one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her picture's there, and I cannot.
I cannot remember her name. Anyway, he was always the lapdog.
The original cuck.
And he was a good-looking man. And
Musician Charlie Watts was the longtime drummer for the rock music superstars the Rolling Stones. Known for his rock-solid rhythms, he is considered one of the greatest drummers of all time. He died August 24th at the age of 80.
Is he the first?
I do believe he is the first one to go from there. I got to tell this story, I guess. I had a friend who was on the last Rolling Stones tour, that happened, and he said these guys were great on stage. They were running around, all that. He said the best part of that show was when they came off the stage, there would be a row of like 5 wheelchairs waiting for these guys to get off stage.
I mean, like I've heard the stories about when Meatloaf would play in his early years when he was so heavy. I mean, he would just be going all fucking out. He would run off stage, and they would have fucking tanks of oxygen for this guy. But damn, a fucking line of wheelchair. Jesus fuck. Wow.
Okay, this next one's gonna hurt.
Actor Ed Asner won 5 Emmy Awards for portraying Lou Grant on The Mary Tyler Moore Show and its spin-off, Lou Grant. He played Santa Claus in Elf and voiced Carl Fredricksen in the animated classic Up. He died August 29th at the age of 91.
Singer Lee Scratch Perry was a reggae music star who led the band The Upsetters. He was also a producer who pioneered dub music with his innovative remixes. He died August 29th at the age of 85.
Wow.
Singer Lee Williams led the award-winning gospel group Lee Williams and the Spiritual QCs. Their biggest hits included the classic I've Learned to Lean. He died August 30th at the age of 75.
Pro wrestler Daphne Unger was known as the Scream Queen for her goth look and her piercing battle cry. She wrestled for WCW and Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. She died September 1st at the age of 46.
That's young.
TV personality Willard Scott was the longtime weatherman for The Today Show.
I didn't know he died.
Known for his birthday greetings to people who reached the age of 100. He was also the first performer to portray McDonald's spokesclown, Ronald McDonald. He died September 4th of natural causes at the age of 87.
Actor Michael K. Williams was best known for his role as Omar Little on the TV crime drama The Wire.
Yep.
He also played memorable characters on Boardwalk Empire, Community, and Lovecraft Country. He died September 6th of an accidental overdose at the age of 54.
Actor Anthony A.J. Johnson had a small but highly quotable role as Easel in the movie Friday. He was also featured in such movies as House Party, I Got the Hookup, and How to Be a Player. He died September 6th at the age of 55.
Wow.
Actor and comedian Norm Macdonald starred on Saturday Night Live, anchoring Weekend Update and doing impressions of celebrities like Burt Reynolds and Bob Dole.
Oh, shit.
His deadpan delivery was featured in the movie Dirty Work and on TV in Norm and the Middle. He died September 14th of acute leukemia at the age of 61.
Okay, we got to talk about him for a sec.
Actress Jane
got fired from SNL.
Got fired from SNL, and then like the next year asked back to to host the show. Oh my God! Yeah, he started the whole Celebrity Jeopardy thing just to put his Burt Reynolds impression out there. Of course, that kind of got taken over by Daryl Hammond doing his bit. Oh God, those were some of the funniest bits on Saturday Night Live I can ever remember.
Over the past couple of years with COVID and stuff like that, the thing that I remember about McDonald the most is that he would get onto his YouTube account or whatever. He just didn't give a shit. I mean, he said what he wanted to say, and if you didn't like it, oh well. You could fire him. He'd just go make money somewhere else. It was Saturday Night Live. He was I forget what the bit was that he was doing, but it went on and on and on, and it's he ended up getting fired for it. It had to do with misinformation. Go figure. Oh, God. He was hilarious, though. It looks like you have a little pussycat.
Yes, I do. He's got to sit up here. He doesn't like being
Seven
touched.
Brides for Seven
He
Brothers
has to be near people.
and other musicals of Hollywood's golden age.
Oh, that's right. Seven Brides
She
for
was
Seven
also
Brothers.
a Broadway actress, and she had a notable role on TV's Growing Pains. She died September 16th of natural causes at the age of 92.
Oof.
Singer Sarah Dash was a founding member of LaBelle, known for the smash disco hit
kidding.
Lady Marmalade. She also had solo hits including Thinner Man, and she toured and recorded with the Rolling Stones.
Holy
She
crap.
died September 20th at the age of 76.
Filmmaker Melvin Van Peebles was renowned for his influential 1971 classic, Sweet Sweetback's Badass Song. He was also a novelist, a playwright, an actor, a musician, and a composer,
God
as
damn.
well as the father of actor Mario Van Peebles.
Mario, yeah.
He died September 21st at the age of 89.
Actor Al Harrington played Detective Ben Kokua on Hawaii Five-0. He was also a popular entertainer and dancer in Waikiki. He died September 21st after a stroke at the age of 85.
Actor Tommy Kirk was a teen star in classic live-action Disney films, including Old Yeller and The Shaggy Dog.
Oh, shit.
He also appeared in 1960s beach party films such as Pajama Party. He died September 28th at the age of 79.
The kid from Old Yeller.
Actor Granville Adams starred on the prison drama Oz, playing inmate Zahir Arif. He also had a notable role on Homicide: Life on the Street. He died October 10th of cancer at the age of 58.
Actress Betty Lynn co-starred on The Andy Griffith Show, playing Thelma Lou, Barney Fife's girlfriend.
Thelma Lou.
She is also remembered for roles in movies such as June Bride and Cheaper by the Dozen. She died October 16th after a brief illness at the age of 95.
General Colin Powell was the first black U.S. Secretary of State serving under President George W. Bush. He was a four-star general and the commander of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He died October 18th of complications of COVID-19 at the age of 84.
Author Jerry Pinkney wrote and illustrated award-winning children's books, including The Lion and the Mouse. He also illustrated the first series of Black Heritage U.S. postage stamps. He died October 20th of a heart attack at the age of 81.
Actor Peter Scolari starred on the TV sitcom Bosom Buddies alongside Tom Hanks, playing Henry and his...
He was also in your favorite show, wasn't he?
alter ego, Hildy.
Which one are you
He was
talking
also
about?
a star of Newhart, playing yuppie TV producer Michael Harris.
Oh, maybe not.
He died October 22nd.
I thought he was on Soap, but...
No. Although he would have been really good on Soap, but no, he would. I don't ever remember him being on Soap.
It was the Newhart show that I was thinking.
Yes, and he was great on that show.
Okay.
Of cancer at the age
Oh,
of
that was it. Bosom
66.
Buddies.
Oh yeah.
That's where I really remember him from.
Mhm.
He was incredible on the, but Tom Hanks as well as Peter both ad-libbed a lot in that show, in the taping of that show and stuff like that, and that really kind of made the show a lot better.
God, yeah.
Singer Jay Black led the 1960s rock and roll group Jay and the Americans.
Oh shit.
His powerful operatic voice was showcased on such hits as Come a Little Bit Closer and Cara Mia. He died
Come a
October
Little Bit
22nd
Closer
of
is
pneumonia
one of my
at the
favorite
age
songs
of
of
82.
all time.
Comedian Mort Sahl revolutionized stand-up comedy with his conversational style. He inspired a generation of comics as he riffed on politics and current events. He died October 26th at the age of 94.
Musician Rose Lee Mathis was called Mrs. Country Music, singing and playing guitar with her husband, Joe Mathis. Their hits included Dim Lights, Thick Smoke, and Loud Loud Music. She died October 26th of kidney failure at the age of 98.
Musician Ronnie Wilson co-founded the Gap Band along with his brothers. He played flugelhorn, trumpet, and other instruments. They were known for hits including the funk classic You Dropped a Bomb on Me. He died November 2nd following a stroke at the age of 73.
Actor Dean Stockwell starred as Admiral
there's
Al
another one.
Calavici in the TV show Quantum Leap. He was also known for movies including Paris, Texas, Blue Velvet, and Married to the Mob.
And Dune, come on, he was in Dune for crying out loud.
Dune. Dean Stockwell was in something like 100 movies, and you didn't see him half the time.
Yeah. But, oh yeah, man, I loved Quantum Leap. Was that on my top 10? Because it probably should have been.
It was not on your top 10.
But it was a runner-up, if I recall. Like, I loved him on that. And Blue Velvet, that, oh God, we should talk about that movie. I'm a little scared to talk about that movie.
I think that movie's hard to talk about because
it's rough, man. I mean, it's like you should at least watch it once, but yeah, it's a rough movie to watch. But oh God,
I will say the success of Quantum Leap was not Scott Bakula. It was Dean Stockwell.
Yeah, he was so good.
He was the best antagonist. You couldn't call him the protagonist.
No.
That was Scott Bakula.
Yeah.
So he really wasn't the antagonist, but he was. He was the guy that said, okay, so you had your protagonist and then your antagonist was somebody else in the thing. And Dean Stockwell's literally just there to poke each other.
Mm-hmm.
He was brilliant in that. Moving on.
He died November 7th of natural causes at the age of 85.
Actor Jerry Douglas starred as John Abbott on The Young and the Restless for more than 30 years.
Oh, wow.
He also made appearances
Whole lot of
on
soap
Melrose
opera
Place
people.
and Arrested Development. He died November 9th after a brief illness at the age of 88.
Rapper Young Dolph was known for albums including Bulletproof and King of Memphis. His 2020 album, Rich Slave, debuted at number 4. He died November 17th in a shooting at the age of 36.
Broadway giant Stephen Sondheim created unforgettable musicals such as Into the Woods and Sweeney Todd. The influential composer and lyricist is credited for reinventing the American musical. He was widely honored, winning 8 Tony Awards. He died November 26th of cardiovascular disease at the age of 91.
And they didn't bring up West Side Story? Come on.
Didn't bring up West Side Story. Did not bring up probably the worst show that he ever made. Let me
let you deep dive into that. Apparently the cat is fighting my slippers. All right.
Oh, no. Yeah. Stephen Sondheim's I'm trying to bring up his list of plays that he did, because for me, somebody who worked in that industry for such a long time, I've done so many of his shows. He was incredible. There you go. Now I've got his list coming up. Did not mention West Side Story. Did not mention Gypsy.
Oh, yeah.
He wrote A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum.
Come on.
Of which I have that.
Zero Mostel?
I have that digitized for us to watch.
Oh, God, I'd love to watch that.
He wrote Company, probably my favorite song, or favorite musical.
Huh.
And if you don't know... Okay, the reason that Company became my favorite musical was the first theater company that I worked for with Randall Enlow up in Cleveland Heights. The musical that we did that year was Company. So it was the first musical that I ever got paid for.
Special place in your heart.
A Little Night Music, Follies.
Oh, wow.
Sweeney Todd, Sunday in the Park with George.
Oh, God. How could they not mention that? Now, granted, he is writing the lyrics, not the whole show, but still.
Well, he wrote Into the Woods, Assassins.
Wow.
If you haven't seen Assassins, people, if you ever see that musical being done near you, go see it. It is the history of, like, some of the biggest assassins that were in the U.S. That killed people in the U.S. So you see you see John Wilkes Booth. You see the guy that shot at Reagan. You see all these people. It's really a fascinating show to go and watch. And I know I mentioned it. Sunday in the Park with George, one of my favorite shows of all times.
Annie Patinkin. Brent Spiner from Star Trek starred in the original cast, Broadway. Yeah.
Anyways.
Actor Eddie Mecca starred on Laverne and Shirley as Carmine
Big
Ragusa,
Ragu.
Shirley's boyfriend they called the Big Ragu. He had movie roles in A League of Their Own and Dreamgirls. He died November 27th at the age of 69.
Actor David Gulpilil impressed audiences with his performances in movies including Walkabout and Crocodile Dundee. The pioneering Indigenous Australian actor also appeared in Rabbit Proof Fence, Storm Boy, and The Tracker. He died November 29th of lung cancer at the age of approximately 68.
Politician Bob Dole was a longtime United States Senator, representing Kansas for more than 25 years. A World War II hero, he ran for president against Bill Clinton in 1996. He died December 5th of lung cancer at the age of 98.
Yeah, Bob Dole was, I don't know.
He had something for this, and then he lost it.
No, I saw pictures of him a year or two before he died, and you almost feel bad for him. You know, he had arthritis really bad, and his hands basically looked like this.
The claw.
Yeah. Jack Palance.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember Jack Palance when right before he died, he had arthritis and his hands just looked like crap. But I guess I have to say something about Bob Dole because he was extremely influential as I was growing up. I mean, shoot, he was vice president when I was growing up. He was very influential in politics. He worked extremely hard through his life to stop inequality for women and inequality period. I grew up, or I was born in 1968. You were born in what?
67.
67. We didn't see the big fights for women's equality, but we did see the big fights in the 70s by congressmen and senators trying to stop the stupid shit. You know, just because you pass a law doesn't mean that everyone's going to listen to it.
Yeah, true that.
So, anyways, kudos to him. He did a great job. Are you sure you can hear me okay? Because my level meter is saying that I ain't doing shit.
I can hear you fine, so. Actually,
All right.
Your level's better now. I can actually kind of hear you over the video. So.
How about now?
It's even louder now.
Yeah, perfect. Is it distorted?
No, but I wouldn't go any further.
That usually makes me turn it down because you make me nervous.
Racing driver Al Unser was one of just 4 people to win the Indianapolis 500 4 times. He set a record as the oldest driver ever to win at Indy when he was 47. He died December 9th of cancer at the age of 82, just a few months after the deaths of his brother Bobby and his nephew Bobby Jr.
Football player Demaryius Thomas was a wide receiver who played most of his NFL career with the Denver Broncos. He helped the Broncos to victory at Super Bowl 50. He died December 9th of complications from a 2019 car accident at the age of 33.
Oh, wow.
I know that you're not into sports, but Demaryius Thomas, he was so important to the sport. And I don't know, that's a big one, even though I hated the Broncos.
You gotta respect talent. Just plain and simple.
Well, first off, he was only 33 years old. Absolutely insane why people are dying that young. But anyways, he is a Hall of Famer in my mind and always will be.
Musician Michael Nesmith was a member of the 1960s pop music and TV sensation, The Monkees. Later in his career, he was a pioneer of country rock as the founder of the group The First National Band. He died December 10th of natural causes at the age of 78.
He's a pretty fascinating dude, actually.
That means that there's only one monkey left?
Yeah, that's it. The Dolans, I believe.
Yes. He is
his mom invented whiteout.
Yes.
Which was one of the reasons why he really didn't have to go on all the reunion tours and stuff. And he actually had an okay solo thing. But we talked about this on a previous podcast. He was literally the godfather of MTV because of his shows and stuff like that. So, funny dude. Just He was always funny. I mean, he was funny on the show, but my God, he was a funny guy. I think his audition, I think he walked in an audition and they had a number of soup cans sitting on a coffee table, and he picked one up, moved to another spot, and said "checkmate," and that pretty much got him the job.
That Michael Nesmith and Dolenz did an interview back about 5 years ago together. They were doing a Monkees reunion tour. It was right after the lead singer died. Peter Tork had already been dead for a while, but Davy Jones, that was his name, had just died. And Nesmith and Dolenz were going to go back out on tour as the Monkees. And they did this whole interview talking about what Burke just talked about, but as well they talked about different things like, well, you know, we were three musicians that we didn't know each other. We kind of got thrown together in this TV show thing. We didn't want to do the TV show. We wanted to play music, but then we got thrown into it's absolutely hilarious how this group of people came together as artists and went on. And then Dolenz basically says, well, I didn't have to be there. My mother invited White out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that is so freaking brilliant. Anyways, Mike Nesmith was one of the guys who actually could play an instrument.
Yes.
It was very well known. Davy Jones could not play an instrument when he started the Monkees.
That's why he was always on the tambourines, you know.
Yep. Or the maracas.
Author Anne Rice wrote the best-selling Vampire Chronicles series. Her novel Interview with the Vampire was a major influence on the vampire fiction that followed it. Her work has been adapted into movies and comics, as well as an upcoming TV series. She died December 12th of complications from a stroke at the age of 80.
A brilliant writer, and was absolutely 100% lucky to death that Tom Cruise said yes to that movie.
And as much as I hate to say he was totally miscast, but I read, I think, all the vampire books and everything, and she really brought the whole vampire thing back, because it was just not in fashion at the time. But yeah.
she was a brilliant writer.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're moving on.
Author and professor Bell Hooks inspired countless readers with her first major book about feminism, Ain't I a Woman? She also wrote poetry and children's books, and she was a renowned scholar and public speaker. She died December 15th of kidney failure at the age of 69.
Author Joan Didion was one of the writers whose colorful nonfiction in the 1960s and 70s was called New Journalism. She won the National Book Award for her memoir, The Year of Magical Thinking, about the grief she felt after her husband's death. She died December 23rd of complications of Parkinson's disease at the age of 87.
Archbishop Desmond Tutu helped end apartheid in South Africa and bring full democratic rights to all its citizens. He won a Nobel Peace Prize for his lifelong work toward equality. He died December 26th of cancer at the age of 90.
All right, here's the bad part about Desmond Tutu. In the year 1987, was it? I think that all this was. We're still in this world fighting for equal rights for people.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been a civilized nation for how long? We've been a civilized world for how long? And this man in the 80s is still having to fight. Got thrown in prison for trying to stop inequality for people. I'm not a big inequality guy. Because
No.
I totally believe that the white man should rule everything. But there's another one that I'm going to have to cut out. All right, moving on.
NFL legend John Madden coached the Oakland Raiders to 10 winning seasons, including victory in Super Bowl 11. He went on to become one of the NFL's greatest broadcasters and the voice behind the blockbuster Madden NFL video game series. He died December 28th at the age of 85.
What else do I need to say? He was the voice of football. He was the best coach the Raiders ever had. He was a billionaire by the end of it because Madden football has been the number one selling game for PlayStation, Activision. What else has Madden been on? Xbox, you name it, Nintendo, you name it, Madden's been on it. Absolutely a fabulous guy. I've never met him myself, but I know people that knew him and said that he was one of the nicest, most genuine guys you'd ever meet.
That's cool.
As a matter of fact, there was one of the stories that I heard from someone was that the John Madden bus that used to go from place to place for Monday Night Football, he literally slept on it. He drove it himself for the first few years. Absolutely fabulous man. And he did wonders to make football an everyday household thing.
Actor.
And Burke thought that was going to be 10 minutes long. Wait till you see the next one.
Betty White is most fondly remembered as one of the stars of the hit sitcom The Golden Girls, but her TV career spanned 9 decades, beginning in the 1940s. From early days co-hosting the show Hollywood on Television in the 40s and 50s, she went on to co-star in The Mary Tyler Moore Show in the 70s, The Golden Girls in the 80s, and Hot in Cleveland in the 2010s.
For years, she was NBC's host for the Tournament of Roses Parade and Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. In 2010, she became the oldest person ever to host Saturday Night Live, and she donated huge amounts of time and money to groups that help animals. Betty White died Friday, December 31st, at the age of 99.
Damn.
So I don't know if I was. I think many people from my era remember Betty White from many things. The Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Dude, that's 3 in 1 year from the Mary Tyler Moore Show. That
sucks. She was
She was a phenomenal person. Just first and foremost, have you ever seen her stuff with oh God, who plays Deadpool? Yeah, okay.
Not Paul Rudd. Hey, this is Scott
and Burke
from the Davis and Davis Show, the podcast for everything Ohio. 2 guys who met at the University of Akron and have a love for Northern Ohio.
We talk about everything from entertainment to motorsports to fine wine and spirits.
Do you want to get a little insight on Northern Ohio from the perspective of 2 middle-aged men? Well, as we say, grab a beer, a glass of wine, sit down, relax, and listen.
New shows every Thursday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern. Just go to www.redcircle.com/Davis and Davis.
Or find us on Apple Podcast, Prime Podcast, Google Podcast. Check out our Facebook page at Davis & Davis. We're not a real law firm.
And we just don't care.
This is Scoot from the Cleveland Sports Fan Network, here to tell you about our new lineup for the rest of 2021 and beyond. We still have your favorites like Oshimida and the Fan on Mondays, our flagship show, the Cleveland Sports Fan, on Tuesdays. Wednesday has the Burley Gunner Show. Thursday is the Four Chubs, a roundtable show hosted by Burley Gunner. And on Friday, Pit Road News, a NASCAR, F1, and IndyCar talk show hosted by Scoot, the Cleveland sports fan himself. New episodes every day at 6 a.m. Eastern. Visit us at redcircle.com/Cleveland-sport-fan.
Yeah, the other okay.
Thanks for
it's too late in the
watching
night.
Legacy.com's 2021 Year in Review. Subscribe to Legacy's YouTube channel or follow our Facebook page to stay up to date on the latest memorial tributes.
And to pay tribute yourself to someone you care about, visit Legacy.com, where you can now honor a loved one's memory by planting memorial trees in their name. That's at Legacy.com/trees. Thanks for watching.
Anyway,
All right, so
her stuff with Ryan Reynolds was fucking hilarious. She did a movie with him. And, oh god, she was hilarious in that movie because she just got to like let it all hang out. It was so much fun to watch.
The way that Betty White played against people in the Mary Tyler Moore Show was absolutely incredible. Her and Ed Asner fighting with each other was just it was brilliant. But as well, you had a woman who could actually counteract Ted Knight. Anyone who has seen Mary Tyler Moore knows that Ted Knight was basically the comedic genius on that show. Ed Asner was great, but Ted Knight was able to come in, and his entire thing was to come into a show and try to make people break character. And he would do it, except with Betty White.
She's the one that would get him most of the time.
Who was trying to get him to break character. There were a lot from Mary Tyler Moore that died this year because Cloris Leachman was on that.
Yeah, she was on that show too. Yeah, that's right. Lord, that's 4. Holy cow.
Yeah. Gavin McLeod, Ed Asner,
Cloris Leachman,
Betty White, and Cloris Leachman all died this year.
Good Lord.
That's like 40% of the show. We had a couple of deaths that weren't mentioned by Legacy.com. I don't say that they're bad people or
no.
anything.
I've got 2, and then this guy did. Graham Edge was the drummer for the Moody Blues, which I grew up listening to the Moody Blues. That was kind of sad. But the one that I was surprised with, Jim Steinman, the other half of Meatloaf.
Yeah, Steinman wrote half the lyrics for the songs.
He wrote more than that. I mean, there kind of wouldn't be Meatloaf if it wasn't for Jim Steinman.
Definitely weird that it wasn't mentioned.
Yeah.
Any others?
That is the only 2 on my list that I can tell that did not show up on that list that we just watched.
I had 2 that I sat back and was surprised they weren't on the list. Number 1 was Michael Stanley.
He's much more of a local celebrity than an international celebrity. So
here's the thing. I don't think you can say that because his song My Town reached the top 40 charts.
Yeah.
His song Lover reached the top 40 charts. Secondly, anybody that has Eric Clapton open for him at Blossom has to be a something.
Yeah.
Yes, he is more rooted to Cleveland. He was born here. He grew up here. He met Bruce Springsteen here. He played on the same stage as Bruce Springsteen. He was an incredible musician. He had people like Jonah Coslin and a saxophonist for Bruce Springsteen. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm getting Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I know.
I know it. I know I'm getting Alzheimer's. I am forgetting stuff left. Clarence Clemens.
Yes.
Clarence Clemens played on the song Lover. Thank God for the man who put the white lines on the highway. He was incredible. And to top it off, my brother ran sound for him.
Oh, no shit.
More than once.
Nice.
He was an awesome guy. He was incredibly talented. And he was a Clevelander all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the second person that I have on my list is not a Clevelander. He's actually a Texan. But when I first moved here in 1999, I met up with him. He was a radio DJ. He had the #1 show in Dallas, Texas, which is the third largest market in the nation.
Yeah, it's a big market.
He had the #1 show for over 10 years.
Oh, wow.
The only people that ever beat him in ratings was Ron Chapman, who was a right, a conservative talk show host.
Yep.
Russ Martin. What can I say about Russ Martin here? Russ and I met when Russ decided that he was going to open a bar in Cleveland. And I sent him a message saying that I was a lighting designer in town. And I would be willing to help him set up everything for his bar. And Russ and I had dinner a couple of times. All that. Everything was going well. I met Chris from VertBiz. VertBiz is the company that my company uses for web space and web hosting.
Okay.
For all of the stuff that we do. Davis Lighting Designs, Cleveland Sports Fan, all that stuff is on VertBiz's servers. Anyways, he was a guy that was very into his friends. And he kept his friends very close. I knew after knowing him for 5 years that if I got into trouble for something, I could call him. He ran the Russ Martin Foundation, which would send checks to, first off, it was just Dallas County firefighters or policemen who got hurt on the job.
Okay.
Then it kind of moved into being an international thing. Now, the funny thing about the international thing is that they tried for years to get Russ to syndicate, and he actually thought about doing it. But then one day he just sat up and he was like, you guys have too many restrictions for this. I'm going to keep my show here. I'll make my millions of dollars here. And if somebody wants to hear it, they can go download it from the web. So he started recording all of his shows. And he had his own website where you could go and download the shows. Yeah, he was a great guy. He just died last year. Anytime that you are drinking Gentleman's Jack, please remember that was the drink of choice on his show. He was a great guy. He was a very good friend. I learned a lot about talking on a microphone, how to run a show from him. And he is just, he's missed every day. And it's not just by me. He was the top radio show in Dallas-Fort Worth for years. He was on 105.3, and they switched over to being a sports show. Uh-huh. But he had a 1-year no-compete clause, so he could not go from 105.3, The Fan, to anywhere else for at least a year. He paid all the guys that were on his show for a year until they could go back to KEGL.
Oh, wow.
And then he brought everyone over from KEGL. Or from 105.3 over to KEGL. All except for one guy who, I'm sorry, Dan, you sucked. Anyways, I loved Russ Martin. I loved his shows. I used to go racing in Arca, and my friend Tim Turner was our driver. Tim, I used to bring him clips of Russ Martin shows. To this day, Tim Turner, anytime I call and talk to him, he'll say I gotta comb I can't do the same. I gotta go home and comb my baby's hair. He was brilliant. He knew how to make people laugh and offend them, which I wish I could do.
You just offend people.
Thanks to Brunate for keeping my beer cold all the way through this hour and a half long monstrosity of a show. So everyone knows ahead of time, the only reason that we did this at the same time this week is we're going to have these storms. Burke's going to be kind of piled in. I'm going to be piled in. We don't know how long it will last. There you go.
We don't know how bad it will be, but
so if you get this show on the second week of February, then you'll know that
shit went down.
Shit went down. If you get the show on the third week of February along with a movie review, then you know everything was fine.
There you go. Well, everyone, with all the bad weather out there, please stay safe. Don't be stupid. Plan ahead. Be good.
See, you just went through all that. And honestly, they're going to hear this long after the storm is done.
Sentiments are sentiments, dude. Just roll with it.
I'm going to roll with it. Well, everyone, have a great night.
Take it easy, guys.
Talk at you later. On behalf of Burke, Scott, and the rest of the cast at the Davis and Davis Show, we'd like to thank you for listening, and we hope you return next week. Remember, we're not a law firm, and we just don't care.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service, real-time updates only in iOS mobile apps. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
Time is precious, and so are our pets. So time with our pets is extra precious. That's why we started Dutch. Dutch provides 24/7 access to licensed vets with unlimited virtual visits and follow-ups for up to 5 pets. You can message a vet at any time and schedule a video visit the same day. Our vets can even prescribe medication for many ailments, and shipping is always free. With Dutch, you'll get more time with your pets and year-round peace of mind when it comes to their vet care.